Good day, people of Los Santos. This is Duma Poesdoos, and I'm here today at the LifeInvader headquarters to discuss a serious issue that's been plaguing this city for the last few generations. We all look for economic ways to go about our day, whether it be buying lunch at a 7-Eleven or saving on single-ply toilet paper. A taxi should be included in this category, but not in our beautiful city. Some of these miscreants charge as much as $1,000 per kilometer. And to make matters infinitely worse, there are some individuals that ask for more after doing what is considered the easiest job in the city. Today, we will be diving right into this line of work to figure out what makes these people tick and why they've chosen this way of life. My first mission of the day was to interview the people of Los Santos, to find out if there was anything positive they could possibly say about the taxi drivers, or if there was something more sinister at work here. Waya, it's lovely to meet you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I've been better, I just need to probably powder up down there. I've got a bit of a rash,
That sounds pretty serious.
Yeah, that's why I'm at the hospital. Today we are talking about the taxi drivers of Los Santos. Do you have any thoughts about the taxi drivers, ma'am?
They're really great. I actually just took a taxi over to post office.
So you've had a pleasant experience with the taxi service?
Yeah, of course. They're really quick, and yeah.
All right, that is not the same experience I've had with the scum of the earth. I'm not going to get into many details. I'm not biased on this issue. I'm just trying to find out the truth.
I don't know, man. They've been really good to me, so I'm sorry that you're not having a good experience on your end, but...
Perhaps it's because you have not seen them for who they truly are.
And who are they truly?
Maggots. Excuse me, sir. I know you don't really feel like doing an interview right now, but could you just tell me what you think about the taxi drivers of the city?
They're working hard. They're working very hard right now.
You don't believe that they might just be the worst thing that has ever happened to the city, sir?
Worst thing?
Yes.
No, they are doing pretty good.
I disagree.
Sometimes,
All right, James. Wonderful to meet you. I wanted to find out from you, what did you think of the taxi drivers in the city?
They are pretty good guys. I had some trips with them, and they go slowly mostly, but there are some of them who are so careless, and they drive fast, and they have accidents,
Yes. Many of those.
All the time.
Yes. I'm not biased. I'm not biased, but I've heard some very negative things.
Yeah, like 80% of them are good, in my opinion.
What makes you say 80% of them? That's quite a large number to say.
Yeah, because they, so far, those taxi drivers I took, they went good,
All right, so more positive than negative experiences. Almost very hard to believe.
Yeah, my experience though, I don't know about others, but in my experience, they drove carefully. I think because I don't know, maybe because I had gun with me, maybe because they were scared of me, I don't know.
All right, I mean, you are a pretty scary looking man, sir.
Yeah, well, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Miss Page, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
I'm fantastic, to a point, I guess. Today's a pretty touchy subject for me, so we're just gonna have to see where this goes. What are your thoughts on the taxi drivers of Los Santos, madam?
Well, I personally have been a taxi driver in the past when I was low on money, so I respect the business. However, I know that it is currently not the best climate to be doing this, especially with everything going on in the city. The price to take a taxi is just so high that it makes it undesirable. So that's kind of where I'm at. When I drove as a taxi driver, I always kept my prices very, very low, and it wasn't really worth it. I couldn't really make a living, and I'm still struggling, to be honest.
All right, the world needs more people like you in it. I do agree with you that the taxi prices are far too high, and that has made me think, with obviously a non-biased opinion, that they are scorn and scum of the earth. But as I said, this is a non-biased opinion. You know, it's about the taxi drivers that are charging far too much, and then still have the audacity to ask for tips afterwards too. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and I think that part of the job requires people skills and knowing your customers. So I always made sure when I drove people that I was talking to them and giving them kind of that that customer service, and it seems to be lacking in this city right now.
Yes, it is. It is lacking very much. To be honest with you, my opinion, as a non-biased one, I feel that they are the cancer of our society, and I'm trying to get to the bottom of how we can stop this all. I think it would be best that everybody just buys their own cars and stop spending $1,000 per kilometer.
I agree with you completely.
Ugh, sorry, excuse me for a moment there. I'm getting a little bit emotional almost, you know? It's good to see that people are on the same page as me.
I care. Yeah, I care a lot about this city.
And I wasn't getting... I'm choking up a little bit over here. Just give me a second.
Oh, God.
Stop the cameras.
Okay.
Mr. Carl, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. How about you?
I'm fantastic. Today's interview is going to be about the taxi drivers of Los Santos. Do you have any thoughts about the taxi drivers, sir?
Well, let's see. Let's go 20 years back. I actually slept with a few. 20? I'm letting out my little activity here, but I'm very proud of it. And I'd say I was once a taxi, actually. Slept with a lot of my clients. I'm not proud of it, but it is what it is.
All right. So, yeah, you fit into the category I was talking about earlier today. Fantastic. All right, so how long were you a taxi driver for?
Well, I was 2 days. I got fired for sleeping with one of the clients there, but I had a pretty big...
Obviously, with your amazingly good looks, it must be very easy for you to find a mate in the city, right?
Oh, you wouldn't believe it. I've been married, unmarried, and married, and I'm still open for you, buddy.
Well, unfortunately for you, I'm taken by LifeInvader.
My name is Barry Levy.
Barry Livy, it's wonderful to meet you. What are your thoughts on the taxi drivers of Los Santos?
So they are very hardworking, I must say. They always be there if you need some kind, if you are stuck somewhere like on the farm. And
Have they ever stolen anything from you?
no, I never face anything like that.
All right, so you've never met a bad taxi driver?
No, I don't say that. They all are good, but I just want to say they charge a lot.
There we go. That's exactly what we're actually talking about today. It's ridiculous, officer.
Yeah, it is actually. $1,000 is a lot.
What do you think is a reasonable price for them?
I think $100 per hour sounds good. Maybe 200, it's okay, but 1,000 is a lot.
All right, and you've heard it from one of our law enforcement officers themselves. He feels that they are stealing from him.
That was not my word, but they are charging a lot. That's all I want to say.
So basically stealing from us. It's
I
fine,
respect them, right? I respect them. They are doing
I
an
don't.
amazing job in this city, right? They will be there if you need them. They will be there, and I respect them. But yeah, prices is a lot. Move your car now.
I had heard enough from the civilians of Los Santos. It was now time to turn to the actual source of the problem, which was the taxi drivers themselves. I've invited a taxi driver over to LifeInvader headquarters, where we will discuss his job and his future. Mr. Karthik, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fantastic, thank you for asking. So you've been a taxi driver in the city for how many years, sir?
For about 5 years.
5 years. That is a very long time in these streets, sir. All right, so what compelled you to become a taxi driver? Of all things that you could have chosen, why a taxi driver, sir?
I would like to drive around the city.
And if I may ask you a personal question, what are your rates for your taxi? How much do you charge per kilometer?
I would charge around 650 to 850.
So, do you not feel that the other taxi drivers are scamming the public with $1,000 fee? Do you not feel that this is perhaps a little bit too much?
Yes, it is a little bit too much for charging 1,000 if it is between 2 to 3 miles.
Okay. What is the best thing that has happened to you while driving a taxi? Have you ever found the golden passenger, as everyone calls it?
I have never found like that, but I have saved many of their lives in the road.
All right, so I think that I might have found your job for you. You enjoy saving lives. You enjoy driving around the city.
Yes.
I think EMS is a perfect fit for you since you could drive the car
Yes,
around
maybe.
and you can save people's lives.
Yes, maybe I'll try it.
I think it's time to move on to greater things and leave this life of crime behind you.
Yeah.
It seems that majority of the people in the city are divided when it comes to their opinions regarding the taxi driver epidemic. We've heard some negative sides to the story, and surprisingly, some positives too. We may be coming to the end of this broadcast, but it's only the beginning of our investigation into the wild and nasty lives of the cab drivers of Los Santos. This is Duma Poesdoos, signing off.